This Lion fan base, Coach, they have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Carolina Panthers and the Detroit Lions. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This is taken about 7 yards deep. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Buying time to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And an alley to run. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. This is Edwards. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's first and goal. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So much for being intimidated on the road in the playoffs, right? That was a pretty clinical drive right there.
Yeah, they seem to come out with the attitude of, we don't deal with pressure. We create it on the other team. Just took it right down the field and stuffed it in the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. 23 yards on the play.
Let's go!
It's a gain of 23 yards. That's another Detroit Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
40 got 6-6.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Zero. 11. Slam.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
59. 57 the mark. 57 and a half.
Stafford. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here's Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, He's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the field goal that cuts the lead in half as they, too, are able to get some points on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty positive response, right, to the points that were scored against them. And they got a little help from their opponent anyway. Missed the conversion, so now they're just 3 back.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Let's go.
Jackson on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Rush in. Rush in. Check.
He finds an opening past the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 23-yard line. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it? And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Mike 50. Record.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield. They're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Let's go.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
They come out here in the I. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Come get some. Come on, come get some.
McCaffrey on the counter, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
McCaffrey. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Watch the screen.
Stafford now to throw. Looking for Perriman there. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On the ground, McCaffrey. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Check.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it, and they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
What we got? Mike's 50. Mike's 50. I got you.
Jackson from the shotgun. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check three. Check three. Check three.
The gun, it's Jackson. He gets it to Thomas. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6.
I'm coming after you.
Jackson now. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
All day, baby, all day.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Gano's kick is good. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Check 49, check 49. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. 36, 36. He's not.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Will.
And to give this time to the tailback. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 20.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. From the red zone now, Stafford. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 20-yard touchdown as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Jackson, and his throw is incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's going to look deep for more. And that is incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now? Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Set. 180. Mike 57. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Set. 280. I'm coming for you. Mine. Check 1.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid gain.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
We got to step it up.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hey, switch gears.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Watch twins.
Here's McCaffrey. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. They'll try and run. Edwards. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And Gano's kick is right through. And that's going to up the lead to 15-10. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Stafford. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Hey, watch this, watch this.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Under 10, under 10, 10.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go, let's go.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
Kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe bashed it.
that. Super toe.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Jackson. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 points separating the These two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
We want it. Come to my world. Check 30.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Jackson to throw. And Thomas has it. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Jackson. That's caught. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Carolina. Ian Thomas with time running out. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Stafford now to throw. Fighting to stay upright. Now a desperation throw deep, and that's caught inside the 35. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Stafford now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's 1st down.
I got you, 88. I got you. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Once more, he was trying to get it to Kenny Golladay, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. One last throw here for Stanford. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And, Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Detroit.